to another edition of Coffee and Beats. I am your musical barista, Rod the Magnificent, back with another episode. And before I go on a brief hiatus here in August, because I got a lot going on, I just wanted to throw a quick episode together. And I hate to do it in this fashion. And usually I like to keep it positive on this platform of Coffee and Beats. When it comes to album reviews, when I like an album, I like an album, and I'm definitely going to hop on here and talk about it. When I don't like an album, I really don't post an episode about it because I don't want my channel to have such negative undertones. I know that's what most channels do to get more clicks. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in the business to give you guys good music. But in regards to this particular album, I had to hop on and talk about it. And I'm going to try to keep it as friendly sounding as possible with this review. But before I get into that, hit all of those reminders on the screen so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk about the new Domi and JD Beck album, Who Asked? And Domi and JD Beck have built a reputation as two of the most exciting young musicians in modern jazz and fusion, and their chemistry is undeniable, and they've earned praise for their unbelievable musicianship, collaborations with artists such as Anderson .Paak himself. And listen, Anderson .Paak saw something in these two that was just unbelievable. As I mentioned in a review that I did of their album back in 2022, Anderson .Paak actually added them to do some instrumentation off the Silk Sonic project. And so that's how these two really were able to put their heads together, these musical masterminds, and put together some really solid music off their first album, Not Tight, which also featured Herbie Hancock, Thundercat, Busta Rhymes makes an appearance, Mac DeMarco made an appearance as well. So Not Tight was a really good album. It led to them getting nominated for Best New Artist, getting Grammy nominations for that album. And so a lot of things were looking upward for Domi and JD Beck. But over time, we didn't get any new music from them up until this point. Not Tight just kind of stayed there, and really nothing really followed after that. And I felt like with a group like this, you want to strike while the iron is hot here. And 4 years later, yes, the fans are really excited to see them back. I was excited when they put out a promotion song. I think, they did it like a little promotional Instagram reel featuring their new video and their new song. And of course it sounded, at the time, they just clipped the instrumental part of the song, added it, basically letting everybody know they're dropping a new album. They even dropped the lyrics to their album prior to the release of the album, which I thought was different. Reading the lyrics, of course, without music can be hard, but hey, it is what it is at this point. Let's get to the album that we have in front of us here. When I heard that they were dropping this new project, I expected another wild ride full of unpredictable grooves and jaw-dropping performances. Unfortunately, with this one, Who Asked, it didn't land for me. I hate to say it. It did not land for me. My first reaction was honestly confusion. Almost every vocal performance felt like it was stuck on one note. After a while, the song started to blend together. It becomes redundant, and I found myself struggling to tell where one track ended and where another track began. And the biggest issue that I have with this album is that the vocals never really match the intensity of the music. Domi and JD Beck are throwing their energetic, complex grooves at you, but the singing stays flat and emotionless. And instead of elevating these songs, it's constantly pulling the energy down. And the production is easily the strongest part of the album. The drumming is still ridiculous. JD Beck continues to prove why he's one of the most exciting drummers out in regards to this new generation of drummers. And Domi's keyboard work is just as colorful as always, as creative as ever. Those signature jazz fusion flavors are here. They are here, but after about 5 tracks, The beats just start sounding very similar. The musicianship never really drops, but the arrangements begin to feel repetitive, making the second half of this album drag even more. Standout track for me is Concertino. I thought this was one of the few moments where everything clicked for Domi and JD Beck. The instrumental work feels fresh, the groove has personality, and it reminds you exactly of why so many people became fans of Domi and JD Beck in the first place. But then there's songs like Out of Sync. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here. This is one of the worst songs I've heard all year. Nothing about it worked for me. The vocal approach becomes even more frustrating, and the song never finds a memorable hook. It's a repetitive hook, but it's kind of on the irritating side here. And by the time it ended, I was just ready to move on to the next track. And this album feels like it had all the ingredients in the world to be good. It did. I love the album cover. It's a continuation from their first album cover with Not Tight, but with a more fall, autumn type of, if autumn was a word, type of feel to it. Their album covers are always creative. The production on here is really good. The musicianship is still incredible on this album. Don't get me wrong, the production has flashes of brilliance. But when nearly every vocal melody feels the same and the songs begin to blur together, it makes for a frustrating listen. I wouldn't mind seeing this group live in concert. I feel like this album would sound better live. Right now, on streaming platform or a CD or a vinyl, it just sounds too repetitive for me, and it gets a little dull too quickly. All right, it was kind of a boring album, need I say. But I feel like these songs that are on this record will sound amazing live. And I actually watched a couple of live videos of them. They already dropped a few where they performed some songs off this album, and it sounded amazing live. So this is where I'm giving points to Domi and JD Beck here. I kept waiting for this album to open up and surprise me. I gave it several listens. It wasn't a one and done type of thing, and it just didn't land. And instead, it settled into one lane and never really left. But this is a talented duo, don't get me wrong. Although I expected more, you might enjoy it more than I did. So let me know in the comment section how you felt about Domi and JD Beck's new album. Did you love it? Do you agree with me? Let me know. But I'm looking forward to more projects from them. I am not off the Domi and JD Beck train here. I'm definitely going to be supporting their next project. With that all being said, I give this one 2.5 coffee cups out of 5. Unfortunately, I just really didn't enjoy this as much as I enjoyed Not Tight. That will do it for this edition of Coffee and Beats. Such a hard episode for me to do, but I had to get it out there. Let me know again in the comment section how you feel about this review. I will be back in September with fresh episodes of new album reviews. In the meantime, follow my Instagram, follow all my socials at the bottom. I'm actually going to be dropping some reels and shorts on my YouTube channel of some reviews of other albums, because I'm not going to have time to sit in behind the mic. There's a lot of new projects that are out right now, including Homeboy Sandman. Dinner Party dropped a new one. So it's a lot of fresh albums. I still haven't dropped my opinion on the new Kalela and Baby Rose album. So stay tuned for all of that. I will have reviews for those albums in more of a reel or short type of format. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, when it comes to coffee, when it comes to music, stay grounded for life. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.